Coming up on this episode of DL Weekly, Disney California Adventure is turning 25. Lunar New Year details. A certain honey-loving bear is turning 100.
Downtown Disney parking is getting easier. You could win a trip to Disneyland. Construction continues to prepare for Coco and Avengers attractions. Producer James joins us to play some extra games and more. DL Weekly starts now.
Well, hello there. Welcome to our unbirthday party. For your safety, please be sure to stay listening with your hands, arms, feet, and ears inside the podcast. And please, do give Tag and Teresa easier trivia questions. Well, it seems DL Weekly is about to begin. Have a most wonderful time. Perhaps tea time.
Hello and welcome to this episode of DL Weekly for the week of January 14th, 2026. I'm Tig Bushman.
And I'm Teresa Urban. We would like to thank everyone who supports the show, but this week we would like to give a special shout out to Daniel B., Eric S., Alex B., and Donna S. If you'd like to help support the show and get ad-free versions of each episode, access to our supporter-only chat, plus a bunch of other really fun perks, head on over to dlweekly.net/support and become an official weekly tier.
Also, we are going to be starting our next book club book soon, which is the groundbreaking magic, A Black Woman's Journey Through the Happiest Place on Earth, which is by Martha Blanding. So we're going to start that. What was that? The end of February is the first time that we're meeting. We haven't gotten the chapters listed out yet, but if you're interested in joining book club, be sure that you join the Patreon and our Discord chat to be in on all the fun, but then B, purchase the book. Right. Yeah.
So that's what you can do now to get ready for book club.
Do you have a copy of this book already?
Not yet.
Yeah.
It's been on my list, so I'm excited that it was chosen for book club.
Yeah, I heard Martha talk about it, and so I'm excited to kind of read about it. So anyway, now let's get to the news.
Extra, extra, read all about it. DL Weekly reports from intrepid correspondents Tag and Teresa. You heard it here first, ladies and gents. Breaking news!
Well, this February, Disney California Adventure will turn 25. It was just yesterday that I remembered that it wasn't even a theme park. To celebrate this milestone, Magic Key holders can pick up a magnet set commemorating the event. This will be part of a Fun and Sun event area that offers nostalgic photo opportunities, encounters with familiar friends, and more. The event will take place in the Hyperion Theater courtyard near Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Key holders will need to join a virtual queue in the Disneyland app to access the area. This will be available from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. on February 5th through February 15th.
So, short time to go check out on all this fun. I really enjoyed that they're doing this. We got to go and experience this little fun Magic Key only themed area for the 70th anniversary that included, of course, photo ops. There was some, what was it? We could get Mickey premium bars, I think, when we were leaving. Photo ops, there was the giveaway of the World of Color Magic Key poster. So these are always fun because it's not something that's available to everyone. So it's busy, but it's not the same busy as the rest of the park. So it might feel like a little bit of an escape. Plus, it's kind of like you're in a special club because you have to be a member, a Magic Key holder, to be able to get back there and
also feels pretty organized, too. I didn't feel like it was a lot of chaos. It was very, go from here to here to here. You could take some photos if you want. These magnets look cool. This one I was looking at, and I was like, the face of the sun wheel from when, well, it was the sun wheel. Mickey's Wheel of Death, as we love to lovingly call it at this point.
Even though
original.
It's the Pixar pal around,
right.
But Mickey's face has made it the Mickey's death. Well, the Mickey, because it was, what was it? Mickey's
Fun Wheel.
Yeah, and that's when it got the loving nickname, Mickey's Wheel of Death. And now it's, the Pixar pal around.
And before that, it was the Sun Wheel.
That's all it was. It was just the Sun Wheel.
Formerly known as the Sun Wheel and Mickey's Fun Wheel is a Disney California Adventure. So, So just in case you don't remember, February 8th, 2001.
Not to be confused with a Ferris wheel. It's either a Sun Wheel, a Mickey's Fun Wheel, or Pixar's Pal Around.
I love that we are trying to understand and remember basic
we've gotten so used to the Disney versions of these things that we don't remember what the real world versions of these are. Well, it's almost that time of year again when Disney California Adventure celebrates Lunar New Year. 2026 is the year of the horse, so Horse Collar will be included in the festivities. Returning this year is all of the Lunar New Year food, which we will cover in Snack Jack later on. and Mulan's Lunar New Year procession, Hurry Home, a Lunar New Year celebration, which is a pre-show for World of Color Happiness, plus all sorts of favorite returning and some new character meet and greets.
I mean, they do so much for Lunar New Year. And again, we've mentioned this on the podcast before. Teresa and I have never been to this one.
Probably every year we've mentioned this on the podcast at this point, it feels like. But
I feel like we've done that with a lot of things. We've mentioned that about the Gumball Rally, Dapper Days.
Yep.
And somehow we've never gotten ourselves around to it.
Because these are all springtime events, and it's just a little bit more difficult for us to, late, what do you call that? The first part of the year. So late winter, early springtime events. So it's a little bit more challenging for us to get out to the parks to experience these. But man, I just love that they have all this stuff going on, especially for locals, because what fun things to kind of look forward to in that otherwise maybe not as exciting time of the year. Because, right, we don't have like that. You've got summer, and then you've got fall holidays and decor, and then you've got winter holidays and decor, and then, so it's I love that they do these things to kind of keep that excitement and momentum up in the parks.
Do we even have a time of year that has nothing happening in it anymore? I feel like there's always something going on.
Yeah, not really, because there's maybe like a week here or there that there's an overlap of stuff, but Lunar New Year, right? And then shortly after that is when the Food and Wine Festival is going to be kicking off. And then you've got just your summertime fun. So whether there's like this year, obviously we're still celebrating the 70th anniversary or whatever, maybe it's Pixar or whatever thing they're celebrating that summer. And then you've got Halloween time, and then you've got the holidays.
I think I kind of like the beginning part of the year because it's a lot of like smaller celebrations, like back to back to back, and a lot of variety. As opposed to the end of the year where it's like Halloween, holidays.
Yeah.
The goal on Friday. I mean, they all do great
there's
stuff.
a lot of fan events that happen kind of in that first part of the year too, which is fun. But again, it makes sense because traditionally that's kind of the more that had been more of the off season.
Yeah. Again, we'll be talking about the food in Snack Chat.
So speaking of, I teased, right, that we have some character meet and greets. Did you see who's coming? So we have Mushu and Mulan. They'll be back meeting and greeting with guests. We have, of course, the Fab Five in their Lunar New Year best attire will all be meeting and greeting. That's per usual. Horse collar, of course, since it's the year of the horse. We already said he will be meeting and greeting. But the one that's very, very exciting is you've seen her before, but now you can actually go up and like hug her. Panda May is going to be meeting and greeting. Is that not so fun?
Panda May is awesome.
I that would be such a fun character.
You know who I want to meet and greet? Cardboard Box Panda May.
You mean like the dad
that is awesome.
Or the dad, or when May is just in the box version of a panda? Yeah.
Yes, I think that
the red
would be
panda.
Amazing. But yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, they got Baymax figured out, so it's good to have this, and now you can actually go up.
Well,
and,
I mean, she was in the parade, but she's just I don't think she's ever been like you could go up and meet her type character. You could see her in the parade, but that was it.
On October 26, 1926, a very popular bear arrived on the scene to eat as much honey as possible. Winnie the Pooh was first published on that date, making 2026 the 100th anniversary. To celebrate, a number of merchandise items ranging from clothing to housewares to accessories and more are coming to the resort. The merchandise line can be found not only in the parks, but also on DisneyStore.com.
There are so many adorable options. I know Pooh fans throughout the realm are going to be rejoicing because Pooh has been one of those like franchises or characters that it feels like don't always get a lot of love. Like maybe there's Winnie the Pooh stuff, but it's just like for little children and babies, and maybe not so much for the adults. And it seems like recently we've been getting more Winnie the Pooh stuff.
Like the Muppets.
Yeah, kind of like the Muppets.
Like they have this property, but they're not really taking advantage of it very well.
So I think I think my favorite of what was shared in the Mice Chat article, which of course is linked to the show notes, is the Spirit jersey, because it is a map of the 100-acre woods. It's so adorable.
I think we might have seen that when we were there, because I think I pointed it out to James, or there was a shirt kind of like it, because I was like, James, do you want this? Because he loves Winnie the Pooh. Mm-hmm. But, oh, wow, that is a very bright cloud quilted jacket. Ooh, I don't know what that
Not your
is.
cup of tea. That's okay.
This is cute though. It's like a button-down shirt that just has like a really small.
That'd be great to like have like a tiny little bit of magic that's not obvious, because most of the shirt is just, a typical button-down shirt, but there's just an itty-bitty embroidered Winnie the Pooh on the pocket.
I love this mug with his butt sticking out of the back end of it. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. I'm glad, like Teresa said, I'm glad Winnie the Pooh's getting some love.
Well, last week we talked about how Imagineering is 3D printing props for attractions in the parks. Well, one has already been installed in Disneyland and is very easy for guests to take a look at. The outrigger canoe across the water from the loading dock for the Jungle Cruise was printed from the previous canoe that was in the same locations, along with photos from the late 1960s as a reference. So what they did, and I think I kind of wanted to talk about this week because last week I think we had some misinformation because it was sounding like the new prop was going to be installed at Walt Disney World's version.
I think one was installed at Disney World, but then we also got one.
Yeah, we also got one. So this, and then the other confusion too was when people were like, look, here's the new thing. Everyone's like, I was there last fall and I saw that. So this prop was there before, and the 3D prop replaced what had been there previously. So that's why we wanted to kind of bring it up, because there's been a lot of confusion about it, which rightfully so. And honestly, that just lends credit to how well and how seamlessly this new boat is blending in to the attraction.
I really like that Mice Chat shared a photo that Imagineering might have used to like get the design and stuff of like from the 60s off of it. That's pretty cool. I'm sure that again, between the archives and Imagineering, which I think from the stuff we've attended, Imagineering has their own kind of archives and stuff too, don't they? So I can't even imagine what types of stuff they have in there that would have just all this archival stuff. I don't know. Really interesting. All right. Well, if you're hungry, and I know we're not at Snack Chat yet,
but we're taking a mid news snack break.
Yeah, getting a little bit of sugar in us, I guess. Kathy's Cookies, which had been in Downtown Disney in the past as a food truck, is getting a permanent kiosk. The kiosk is installed and could open at any time. Kathy's Cookies sells tubs and sleeves of chocolate chip cookies, also cookie dough, coffee and hot chocolate, a glass of milk that you'd have with your cookie, and cookie sundaes.
Yeah, so Kathy's Cookies, I remember we reported on some time ago that they had basically like a food truck, I want to say it was, that they were serving their wonderful ooey gooey cookies from. But so the big thing here is that now they have a permanent location. There's something recently about cookies around the resort because Harbor Galley has been killing it with their chocolate chip cookies, along with all of the seasonal cookie flavors that they have been releasing. And now we're going to have a permanent chocolate chip cookie location in Downtown Disney.
Now, the real question is, we haven't had Kathy's Cookies, but how do they compare to Harbor Galley's cookies?
Taste test, yes. Which is better?
And are they nice and warm?
Hopefully, because I think that's really what makes it, especially for like the Harbor Galley cookies, having one of those warm cookies on a cool evening. Delicious. Guests parking in the Downtown Disney parking area next to the Pixar Place Hotel have a new, more convenient way to pay. Guests can now scan the QR code on their parking ticket to pay through their mobile device. This should improve the traffic flow exiting from the parking area and through the parking booths.
So
smart.
Yeah. I don't know why they had this before, because like we parked there a couple times on our last visit, and you have to take your ticket. Well, previously, you would take your ticket and you'd pull up to the booth as you were leaving, and you'd hand the ticket to the cast member, and they would tell you how much it was, and they'd charge your card or whatever. This way, you can do like a lot of parking structures and stuff around the country do, which is you can pay for it as you're getting ready to leave, and then you just hand it to the cast member. They scan it. They say, oh, you're good to go, and then just let you go. So you still do have a moment where you're, interacting with the cast member. You can't just drive out. But this is really nice because you can just pay on your phone. I like it. So much more convenient.
So much more convenient. Now, if they could try and figure something out for when you're like going and visiting the parking ramps to help with that flow of traffic, that'd be awesome. But I don't really know what you could do better for that.
You know what would be really cool? I think it'd be hard for people who don't go all the time.
Sure.
But it'd be really cool. So you know how like locally we have the gas station that has like they give you the little barcode that reads.
Oh.
Maybe if you have like a pass, like a key that comes with parking or you pay for parking, that those people could have that and you have like one or two lanes that you could just drive through.
Kind of like how interstates will have the...
Oh, yeah, that too. Like the toll.
The little toll prepaid box thing so they can just get scanned and go.
See, when you're buying... As a travel planner, maybe this would be good for you too, is if Disney included parking when you bought tickets, like, are you coming with a vehicle and are you going to be parking? And then what you can do is as you go in, it can scan or whatever and go through. Why hasn't Disney done this? This could really streamline things.
Yeah, because then all they'd have to do would be like if you're a Magic Key holder, just scan your ticket or scan your key. They could like have a prepaid parking pass in your phone or something.
Disney, you could have that idea for free. Well, last year, Disney Plus and Hulu launched a perks program to encourage subscribing. For 2026, Disney Plus subscribers can enter to win a vacation for 4 to Disneyland. Now, you might think, well, okay, that's cool. But there was one particular perk in here I thought was really cool. The trip includes airfare, ground transportation, 3 nights at the concierge level at a Disney hotel, 4 4-day park hopper tickets, a Disney gift card valued at $500, and a VIP tour guide for 8 hours. So for me, concierge and the VIP tour, really awesome ads.
When I was first reading this, I was already sold at this being like a great prize to win. And then they added on that VIP tour. That was kind of like a last minute, like, oh yeah, and P.S. a VIP tour, which come on, like that alone is worth. You weren't so much
swayed at all by the concierge level room?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like I thought it was a great like gift package.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden like left field they're like, "Oh, and by the way."
Jeez.
Boom. Like, wow, you didn't lead with the VIP tour? Like that's kind of like the biggest like monetary part of this package is the VIP tour. So that's pretty darn amazing. It did make sense because when I was first reading it, I'm like, I don't know, $500 isn't going to get you too far with, well, food for 4 people for 4 days.
Right.
But then, it's fine because you get a VIP tour. So everyone,
if that's all you have to pay for.
I'm going to put the good vibes out there. I hope a weekly tier is the lucky winner of this package and that you tell us all about the amazing time that you have on your VIP tour. We're just going to put a plug in. Please request Philander if you do go on this VIP tour.
One of our weekly tiers actually did go on a VIP tour with Philander, and they shared it in our chat. So there you go.
Well, with the start of the new year, there's a lot of activity happening to get ready to start construction on the new Coco attraction over in DCA. The sidewalk that borders Pixar Pier and Disneyland Drive is closed to clear vegetation to make way for the attraction. Avengers Campus is also continuing to make progress with more structural steel being installed. It does not look like they took a break for the holidays because it's just full steam ahead back there.
Which is awesome, right? Because I feel like sometimes some of these things that Disney does seem to take like forever. Well, this isn't necessarily Disney, but like look at something like Earl of Sandwich. That building has been taking
I was
forever.
Thinking about, I don't even remember what it's called, but the Tortilla Joe's space.
Oh, it's just sitting there deconstructed at the moment. Yeah. I will tell you, our friend David over at Fresh Baked, he is all about this construction because he spends a decent amount of time. He's found some good vantage points up on the Pixar Place Hotel to get some good over the fence views of this foliage area around the Coco attraction. I'm really interested to see how this comes together. But Disney's great, especially Disneyland, is great at using very limited space to make really cool big things. When do you think, like, if you had to guess, when do you think this and/or Avengers Campus will open?
So Avengers Campus definitely before
Infinity Defense.
Yeah. So the Avenger Campus expansion definitely well before Coco because they did. I don't know if you saw this, but they do have construction walls as well as construction trailers back in the backstage area behind where this is going to be in DCA. So
Coco.
Yes, for
Okay.
Coco. So that's like even more progress than just like what we had seen before was them, I don't know, marking trees and kind of like doing like that preliminary like
They've started tearing trees
prep.
out.
Yeah. So that's not, and like you could start doing that stuff, but they're also moving in a bunch of stuff to start the real work backstage too. So that's a great thing to see. I'm going to say Avengers. I'm going to say late 2026, early 27. And
wow.
I'll probably say, you think that's too soon or too late?
Well, they don't have anything on the inside of the building done. It's all they're still working on the structural part. I feel like it's going to be for me, the earliest we'll see either of the Avengers campus attractions will probably be summer 27.
Summer 27. Yeah, I'm thinking late 20. Yeah, I'm thinking late early 26, 27. And then for Coco, probably about the same. Maybe well, you know what? Maybe you're more correct because I feel like they try and have these things open for like the quote unquote big season, which is not necessarily summer anymore, but we kind of shoot for those.
Didn't Mickey and Minnie open in like November or something?
You're right.
though?
Never mind.
I mean, you're right. That
Yeah.
we used to do this stuff,
Yeah.
but I think Avengers, like I said, I think not 26 summer of 26, but maybe summer of 27 at the earliest, because I assume it's going to be a pretty complicated, complex attraction. Stark Flight Lab, I think, could maybe be a little bit easier.
Wonder if a lot
Coco
of
will
this.
be probably a year after that.
I think Coco's going to be the more complex of the interior of the show building itself, because I feel like Stark Flight Lab, we've seen that they've been testing all of the things, so I don't know how much like if it's kind of already like it's
theming
done.
they have to do.
No, but like if it's already done and they just have to move it into the building, sort of thing. And I guess Infinity Defense, we're still a little not knowing 100% what that is going to be exactly. From concept art, it looks like maybe it's screen, almost like a simulator based kind of thing, like how, what is it, over in Tokyo, kind of like the Peter Pan attraction is there, where it's, yes, you're in a physical ride vehicle, but there's a lot of screens that are kind of telling the story, and maybe not so much of like physical props versus Coco. Yes, lots of animatronics, lots of decor.
Classic fancy dark ride. Probably not as many, but the caliber of like a Pirates kind of thing. Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say either... Nah, they probably wouldn't open it. I don't know. I'm going to say late 2026, early 2027 for the Avengers things. And I think I'll go spring 27 for Coco.
So that's only like 14, 15 months from now.
Yeah. I have high hopes for Imagineering.
Okay.
The other thing, too, that we have to remember, they announced all three of these current iterations of the attractions at the last D23 in 2024. So they've been working, like, I would think they've been working on the physical stuff since then.
Do you think that we'll get opening dates at D23?
Maybe.
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
You know what we didn't do this year? We could have done around the holidays or around New Year's. We could have done a prediction show.
Could have.
Oh, well. In the first of a couple of stories related to attractions having bad days, the Disneyland monorail lost power on January 8th, which resulted in guests needing to be evacuated by the Anaheim Fire Department. The Anaheim Police Department said that about 60 guests were trapped in the attraction when it lost power. Passengers were reportedly stuck from around 3:30 in the afternoon to about 7 in the evening. I love the monorail, but I would not want to be stuck on it.
No, that's a long time to be stuck in that little confined space. Thankfully, it was this time of year, because as we all know, the monorail does not have air conditioning. So that could have been even infinitely more uncomfortable if that would have happened in the warmer months. But I would be terrified. Like, there's video tags watching it right now of the evacuation process. That just seems, I'd be
perilous.
like, I don't know. I'd be a little bit like, are you sure it's not going to be like, I can wait if it's going to be just a little bit longer? But
that's what I told James.
Man.
I was telling James, I said,
Awful.
I'll just stay here.
Yeah.
Just give me like something to drink.
And then, of course, like, I just think of things like right? 3:30 in the afternoon to 7 in the evening. What if you didn't use the restroom before you got on the monorail? Like, there's so many things that are like, what do you do? You know? So I feel for all 60 of the guests that had this experience. Hopefully, like, I don't know. I just feel like I feel bad for all of them, but I feel especially bad if this was somebody's first trip to Disneyland and this happened, or what a terrible situation. But thankfully nobody was hurt. Everybody was able to be safely evacuated. But yeah, just
there was
crazy.
Also some questions that came up, and I was curious about this too. And we haven't had official anything from Disney, but rumors, I guess, or educated opinions on the internet, perhaps, of they have a diesel-powered rig that goes out that has been used in the past when a mechanical issue has happened on the monorail to latch onto it and pull it to the station. Why could this not have happened? Well, when this happened, both trains were on the track and they were not at stations. So this one that we see the evacuation from was by Indiana Jones in the downtown Disney kind of area. And they said another one was over somewhere in Tomorrowland or Space Mountain kind of area or whatever. And they said that what they assume was happening was the beam lost power. And part of the beam losing power is the switch track that allows the track to be changed so something can come from the roundabout out was also not powered. So if you can't get that diesel thing out on the line because you can't move the track, you can't do that.
Yeah, then you're stuck.
But there was reports that the other train that we didn't see any footage from somehow was eventually towed to the station. So that's why. So only one of these was actually evacuated or whatever. So just crazy. I think about that when I'm on the monorail. Sometimes I'm like, I would not want to be stuck on this, because it's not like, you know, if you're on the train or almost any attraction, you can just get out.
Except for like the Incredicoaster is another one that I'm like, nope, that is no.
You're like, I will just wait here.
Absolutely not want to be have an in-show exit.
Yeah.
From the Incredicoaster. No, thank you. But yeah,
but
we're
how
just
about this next one?
Very glad that everyone was safe. So if that wasn't bad enough, last Wednesday, another attraction was not operating at its best. Not in the way that we're used to Tiana's Bayou Adventure not operating at its best, but there was a log that completely filled with water, soaking guests in the process. Guests were then evacuated from the log. No injuries were reported, which is also wonderful. But then because the log was submerged, that of course caused a backup for all the other logs. So everybody on the attraction did need to get evacuated. They were the normal amount of wet that you get from Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So it wasn't as bad. But like seeing photos of this, I understand that there's a lot more water that's being splashed on you in this attraction than the previous version had. But how does this happen? It's almost like the log must have, like, people must have been leaning and it like tipped and like took water in like up and over the sides, because it's fully submerged.
Yeah. Since Tiana's has opened, this is the second time I've seen a report of like a log taking on a good amount of water. I don't know how this happens, though.
I don't get it.
First of all, I didn't realize that the flume was so deep. Like, I thought you were basically just barely floating above the bottom for the most part.
Well, that explains why there's so much water that splashes up into your boat.
The only thing I could think of is I think where this is located is I think this is right before you go into like the final show scene. And there is that waterfall. So like, did water come in? I don't know. I don't really understand how this happens, but we're glad that nobody got injured. Of course, something like this does happen. I did see some people talking about this on Reddit, saying that they've had, not exactly to this level, but they've been stuck on Tiana's before, and their boats have taken on a decent amount of water. And Disney is really good at giving them vouchers to go get pants or shoes, or although it brings up one interesting thing that people brought up, which is Disneyland does not sell adult undergarments in the park. You can buy kids undergarments. So like if your kid needs a change of underwear, you can buy that. There's no adult underwear for sale. So that's something you got to deal with. But anyway, I don't know. I'm glad nobody got hurt. I hope they figure out what's causing these types of things and can make it better.
Yes.
Well, another live-action remake of a recent classic has been cast. Tegan Groft has been cast as Rapunzel, and Milo Manheim landed the role of Flynn Rider. Catherine Hahn is in consideration to play Mother Gothel, but no official announcement there. The movie does not have a release date this time. Again, this is another live-action remake of a previously animated feature.
Mm-hmm. I think this one will be... I have mixed feelings. As much as I don't want to see just remakes of things, I do think some films could be interesting as having a live, like a live action cast versus what we saw for the animated. And this, I think, kind of is one of the ones that I'm like, I'm curious about this. Now, will I be rushing to the theater to see it? I don't know. Sure. But I'm more excited about this than I was like the live action, air quote, live action remake of like The Lion King.
Sure.
So my curiosity is piqued. How do you feel about this?
It could be interesting. Again, I feel like some of these movies, Moana's another one, where like it was made fairly recently.
But Moana's the live action remake that literally nobody was asking for, because we have a lot of like recent Moana stuff, whereas at least this has been quite some time.
I don't think it's been that long.
It's Tangled was one of the Tangled was quite a while ago. Like, it was one of the first...
In the early 20s?
It was, like, one of the first, like, computer animated Disney... Like, it was in the transition of them going to computer animation, I think.
That's only 15 years ago. That's not that long.
Well, yeah, but that's better than Moana.
Well, look at Snow White that came out. I just hope that they don't do anything weird like they did with Snow White. By the way, have you had the opportunity to watch the live-action Snow White?
Yeah, I watched the live-action
What did you think?
Snow White. I tried.
Did it look as weird as we thought it was going to look?
This is how I go into the live action remakes, is I forget everything I know about the animated classic.
Okay.
Because the best that I'm hoping, yep, I have to think of it as its own separate thing. And really, I'd rather think of it as its own separate thing than having a carbon copy scene by scene by scene by scene. I think same thing with, I know, wrong studio, but like with How to Train Your Dragon, I appreciated some of the iconic scenes, but I didn't need it to be identical. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Like, I liked some of the recreation of some scenes, because then it's kind of like Easter eggs, but I don't need the entire thing to be exactly the same.
Okay. Yeah, because I have not watched it, but I just remember there was a lot of talk about the weirdness of it. So
it was a choice.
It didn't bother you. It wasn't like it didn't keep taking you out of the story.
No, yeah,
okay.
I don't think it was like that distracting for me. Yeah,
that's good to hear.
I up, down, touch the ground. I think of things to chew, like honey and milk and chocolate. With a hefty, happy appetite, I'm a hefty, happy poo. A rumbly in my tumbly means it's time for snacks.
Well, this week for Snack Chat, we already alluded, we have the Lunar New Year. However, that is not the only thing that we have. We also have Anaheim Ducks Day food and a Sweethearts Night dining package that sounds really interesting. So,
multiple dining packages.
What is going on, Teresa, for the Anaheim Ducks Day on February 22nd?
Anaheim Ducks Day, we're going to start short and sweet, because there's just a couple of things that are coming to specifically DCA to celebrate our feathered hockey players. So there's a savor item. There's a chicken fried steak burrito that you can get back at the Studio Catering Company. It's made with sauteed vegetables, egg, and a country gravy with potato bites. So that, to me, sounds kind of like a breakfast item. But then there's also a quack tail cooler, which you can pick up over at the Hollywood Lounge, made with a vodka, orange juice, slushy, and a beer foam topping. So this is an adult beverage.
I want this. In my mind, I can already taste what this might be. So at Schmoozies, they have the Ducks Day brownie cheesecake. Now, this looks like a hockey puck.
It does.
It is chocolate. It's got the Anaheim Ducks Day logo on it. It's a cookies and cream cheesecake with a brownie base covered with a dark chocolate shell. This sounds very good.
Yeah, it looks very rich.
One day only, though, for those things.
One day only. So for those of you that scored tickets to Sweethearts Night, I do believe there's a couple of nights still available. There are some dining packages to treat your loved one that you're there celebrating the evening with. So over at the Blue Bayou, of course, very romantic atmosphere there because you've got fireflies and stars overhead, plus you've got the waterfront, and don't forget the guy that does not actually have a banjo creepily sitting on his porch watching you.
That is the one thing we will never forget about
No,
Pirates is that he doesn't have a banjo.
That there's no actual banjo. But the special menu for the event includes starters crab cakes with a remoulade sauce and petite apple arugula salad, or chicken gumbo, which is made with ham and andouille sausage, pepper, and steamed rice.
For the entrees, you can get the Monte Cristo, which is potato chips, stone fruit salad, seasonal preserves, and remoulade. By the way, because it's the Monte Cristo, we were just talking to our friends Jason and Michelle got to go to Disneyland by herself with a friend, and she really likes Monte Cristo, and she was horrified, which I didn't even know they came in other variations, that it was fried.
Oh.
Apparently, regular Monte Cristos or not? I don't know. But she was like, yeah, it came out and it was fried. I was like, oh. Anyway, the other entree you can get is a prime rib that comes with mashed potatoes, roasted autumn vegetables, horseradish cream, and a peppercorn demi-glaze.
Maybe she meant the maybe she was horrified about the batter. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm very stuck on that because I really thought that's how
I thought that's what it was too. But anyway.
Oh, maybe she's there are croque monsieurs, which is baked.
Oh, maybe
which is very similar. So maybe she got the two
mixed up. Sure.
Yeah, the key difference is egg batter and frying of the Monte Cristo.
Okay, maybe that's what she was saying. I'll have to follow up
maybe
with her.
that's what. Maybe she got her sandwich types mixed up. Okay, sorry.
So what do we have for dessert?
Dessert. There is a petite sundae, which has chocolate pieces and chocolate syrups. I don't know if that's what this is on the top. Nope, that says it's at River Belle. Dang it. There's this very cute. We'll of course have the link in the show notes. 2 mousse cakes. One looks like Minnie. The other one looks like Mickey. That's the only dessert that we have a photo of. So it
looks really good.
It looks very, very good. But there's also a grapefruit rose martini and Cupid's pillow. Ooh. Which are special offerings. So the grapefruit rose martini is made with grapefruit vodka with citrus and a splash of cranberry juice garnished with a rose petal. But Cupid's pillow sounds like another dessert option. It's a raspberry mousse, white chocolate crunch, and brownie filling with raspberry sauce.
That sounds good.
So reservations are available on Sweethearts Night at Blue Bayou from 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Moving on over to Main Street and the Carnation Cafe. So for starters, you can have a baked potato soup, which is topped with potato, bacon, cheddar, Monterey Jack, sour cream, and chives, or classic fried pickles, which are hand-breaded pickles served with house sauce.
The entrees that you can choose from are the chef salad, which is made with chopped ham, chicken, bacon, cheddar cheese, chopped egg, tomato, cucumber, pickled onion, avocado, croutons, and ranch dressing, or the chicken fried chicken, which is served with herbed mashed potatoes and seasonal vegetables.
For dessert, they have a peach pie a la mode, which is a warm peach pie served with vanilla ice cream. And then for Sweethearts Night special offerings, they have a cold brew martini, absolute vanilla vodka and Kahlua with vanilla foam. Does this sound like something for you, Teresa? A cold brew martini?
I would 100%.
A Sweetheart
100%.
Night's dinners are at Carnation Cafe. They begin at 7:05 p.m. and end at 10 p.m. with both indoor and outdoor seating.
So moving on to River Belle, the delicious, beautiful looking desserts that we saw at the beginning of this article. Over at the River Belle, you've got your choice of entree. There's pork chop and 3, which is buttery mashed potatoes, roasted garlic green beans, and braised bourbon apples, if you're wondering what the 3 were. Cajun shrimp and grits, which are smoky, cheesy grits, andouille sausage, peppers and onions, and a shrimp beurre blanc. There's also a grain bowl, which is plant-based for our plant-based pals. Sauteed garden vegetables, heritage grain succotash, tofu, and herbed vinaigrette.
God, what fun names like succotash. Mm-hmm. For desserts, there's a classic red velvet cake. There's a buttermilk chess pie, which is a custard pie filling graham cracker crust, vanilla chantilly cream, and raspberries, and a blueberry cobbler, which is plant-based, topped with oat streusel and vanilla ice cream.
They even have a special menu for your smaller Valentines. The kids' menu includes mac and cheese, a chicken skewer, or meatballs.
The Sweetheart Special Night offerings are a New York steak and crab cake served with herb mashed potatoes, roasted tomato and spinach, and a mushroom demi-glaze. Or the duo of hearts. 2 hearts, one with dark chocolate mousse, berry compote filling, and shortbread cookie base, and one with white chocolate mousse, mango passion fruit filling, and a shortbread cookie base served with fresh berries.
That's our Mickey and Minnie.
Yes. The Riverbell Terrace has reservations from 8 to 11 with both indoor and outdoor seating.
So mark your calendars if you are going to be wanting to book any of these items. It's
open now.
They are open now. They opened today as of this recording. So check it out.
And finally,
rounding out the foodie guides and snack chat with Lunar New Year. Now, this one, we have the same Lunar New Year festival marketplaces returning. We have Bamboo Blessing, Longevity Noodle Co., Lucky 8 Lantern, Prosperity Bow and Buns, Red Dragon Spice Traders, and Wrapped with Love. A lot of the menu items are the same, so we're just going to highlight any of the new offerings at the festival marketplaces.
So at Bamboo Blessings, there is a new 5-spice popcorn chicken with a sweet chili garlic sauce. This just looks like adult chicken wings. It does look pretty good, though.
They also have a new guava dragon fruit vodka cocktail, which is made with vodka, Simply Lemonade, Topo Chico, and guava, as well as dragon fruit syrups garnished with a lemon wheel.
If you don't like the alcoholic version, they also have a guava dragon fruit sparkler that has Simply Lemonade, Topo Chico, and guava and a dragon fruit syrups garnished with frozen dragon fruit. So you can get non-alcoholic or alcoholic versions of that.
Dang, I think the non-alcoholic one sounds slightly better. I'm all about the frozen dragon fruit over the lemon wheel.
There you go.
Well, over at Longevity Noodle Company, they still have the garlic noodles. We were talking about this before. I feel like the garden noodles have become a staple of the Lunar New Year Festival booths. But this year, they have a new item, the japchae noodles with a kalbi short rib. So we just looked this up. Japchae noodles, it sounds like are made with like a sweet potato. I don't know. They look delicious. The photo kind of looks like glass noodles, but it's
stir-fried glass noodles, typically made from sweet potato starch.
Sweet potato starch. Okay, got it. Sweet potato starch, but it's like a glass noodle.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks delightful. It does look
very good.
The meat on it, the photo looks like so tender too. Yum.
Over at Lucky 8 Lantern, there is no new food, but there are a couple new beverages. There's the Red Envelope Margarita, which is tequila, orange juice, sweet and sour, raspberry puree, blood orange syrup, and gold shimmer, and a Yuha melon cocktail, which is gin, Lillet Blanc, Yuha puree, and rock melon syrup garnished with a purple orchid.
Over at Prosperity Bow and Buns, food items are returning favorites, as well as all sorts of new beverages, including Brewery X, Grapefruit Citrus Seltzer, a Coronado Brewing Company Natto Premium Rice Lager. Harlan Brewing Company has a Lucky Horse beverage, and then Unsung Brewing Company has Photo Nuclear Orange. So all sorts of different beers and seltzers for you to try.
And a flight.
And there's a flight. If you simply cannot decide, you can have the flight.
That's awesome. Over at Red Dragon Spice Traders, we have some returning favorites for the food. For beverages, there's a green apple soju cocktail, which has soju, grapefruit liqueur, green apple syrup, and sweet and sour. There's a honeydew colada, which is rum, melon liqueur, honeydew cream, coconut cream, and sweet and sour topped with a slushie made with Dole Whip pineapple.
Sign me up. There's also a mango soju cocktail made with soju, Sprite, mango puree, and sweet and sour, plus a peach yogurt soju cocktail, again made with soju, Sprite, white peach syrup, and yogurt. And if you're like me and could not decide because all of those sound delightful, they have a soju cocktail flight. So you can try the peach yogurt, the mango, and the green apple soju cocktails. Dang, they don't, and you just have to get your honeydew colada separate, I suppose.
They know that one's going to be the.
They know that's going to be the popular one.
Pineapple on it. Over at Wrapped with Love, we have the same old food item and a returning taro Vietnamese cold brew, but new this year is a cold brew cocktail. So it's got bourbon, Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company Vietnamese style coffee, cocoa powder, and condensed milk, garnished with taro, chocolate sweet cream, and a chocolate wafer stick.
So we're now kind of expanding out and going throughout Disney California Adventure Park. Over at Carthay Circle Restaurant, they have a new beverage, the Golden Moonfire Cocktail. It's a pomegranate martini served with a strawberry mint garnish.
That sounds good. Over at Churros in Hollywoodland, there is a new Fang Li Su churro, which is a churro rolled in shortbread sugar, topped with pineapple jelly and cherry-flavored popping pearls. That sounds pretty good.
So over at the Hollywood Lounge, you can try tabaki, which are rice cakes with gochujang sauce, topped with cheese, sesame seeds, and green onions.
They also have a new beverage, a lychee soju cocktail, which is soju with lychee syrup, topped with grenadine and club soda.
Schmoozies has become known for their fun variations of Mickey waffles, and they have a new version just for the Lunar New Year. We've got Hotak-inspired Mickey-shaped waffles, which are made with red batter waffles with brown sugar and cinnamon custard with a yellow whipped topping and sprinkles.
Wait. So this has brown sugar and cinnamon custard. So is that like stuffed?
Yeah. So when I tried the Ursula waffles, they had think of like a filled donut. These are like filled little Mickey waffles. Mm-hmm.
I like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're a little difficult to eat because, right, the goo can come bursting out when you're biting on them, but delicious.
Over at Pim Test Kitchen, we have something very interesting this time. They have a spicy pork belly grilled cheese, which is a pork belly marinated in Korean spices with white American cheese, a spicy aioli, pickled onions, sourdough bread, and green onion crust served with potato bites. This looks very interesting.
It does. It sounds delightful. And then also over at Cozy Cone Motel 5, which is typically the popcorn pop cone, you can pick up a crispy chicken bao, which is fried chicken coated in a sweet chili sauce with cucumbers, carrot, and sesame seeds served in a soft bao bun.
Over at Aunt Cass's Cafe, we have the Year of the Horse bread, which is a horse-shaped Boudin sourdough bread, which is, of course, plant-based. There's also a strawberry green tea bread pudding, which is strawberry and green tea layered bread pudding with green tea creme anglaise and whipped topping.
I was getting a little worried because we had not had one, but now, finally, the moment has come. There is a new cold brew, and you can pick it up at Aunt Cass Cafe, the almond cold brew. So it's almond cold brew with an orange cold foam. And
I think I would try this one.
Available January 23rd through March 5th. So slightly different than what the actual food festival is going on. You can get it a little bit longer than the Lunar New Year festivities.
Over at the Lucky Fortune Cookery, there's a new beverage over there as well, the mango milk tea with brown sugar tapioca spheres topped with pineapple cold foam.
God, that sounds delicious.
I would also drink this one.
We have been just so enthralled with the photos for the Lamplight Lounge menu, specifically the chef's special, which is Mongolian beef topped with green onions, sesame seeds, red chili flakes, and crispy shallots, served with noodles and tossed with Chinese broccoli, cabbage, and carrots.
This thing looks really good.
So good. So good.
Now, something that on first glance doesn't look because it's kind of a green color, which kind of is weird to me. But they have a coconut pandan donuts. So these look like they're some, mini donuts with some type of like a green glaze. And then is that like fried coconut? They don't have a description. I'm just going by what the picture looks like. And it looks like there's a side of, is that like an ice cream or like a sherbet?
No, it's probably like a dipping, like a cream instead of it being like a dipping sauce. Sure. It's more of like a cream base because it's kind of like that looks similar to what the waffles had.
Okay. Yeah, so the pandan donut, when I'm just looking it up, is a type of mochi, which is green, which is where the green color comes from.
There you go. Over at Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, there's a Korean pork belly pizza, which has roasted soy glazed pork belly with kimchi, cucumber, mozzarella, yellow corn sesame seeds, and a kimchi marinara. You can get that available by the slice or the full pie. There's also a pandan cheesecake, which is a pandan flavored cheesecake, brown butter, graham cracker crust, coconut whipped topping, and strawberry jam.
This looks really pretty, actually. This green is not quite as off-putting in this form. Over at Paradise Garden Grill, we have a couple new food items. We have a lemongrass pork skewers, which are grilled lemongrass marinated pork belly skewers served with fried garlic rice, pickled carrots, and daikon radish, and a side salad. There's also a Vietnamese coffee roulade, which is coffee sponge, Vietnamese coffee mousse, coffee cookie crumble, and sweetened condensed milk with whipped cream. I will tell you, if you are a coffee person, this seems like it's going to have a lot of coffee.
No, that sounds delightful to me. Moving on, Smoke Jumpers Grill. You can get some bulgogi fries, which are fries with marinated bulgogi beef, kimchi, cucumber, mozzarella cheese, and gochujang aioli topped with sesame seeds and green onions. And then to round it out, select outdoor vending carts have new blue vanilla cotton candy and some new watermelon cotton candy.
Ooh.
The watermelon cotton candy is like the 70th celebration, like that's for the 70th. So I guess the blue vanilla cotton candy is what's new for the Lunar New Year festivities.
Some novelties, so some new things. We have a Lunar New Year stainless steel tumbler that you can find at a ton of locations at Disney California Adventure, but also at the Disneyland Hotel at the Coffee House. So this looks pretty cool. It's got, it looks very Lunar New Year themed. It's got, is that Horace the horse on there?
That's Horace Horse Collar.
Horse collar. It looks like Chip and Dale are on there as well, dressed up. So this one looks pretty cool.
And then there's also a Lunar New Year straw clip, which of course features Horace Horse Collar, the year of the cow, 2026. And yeah, it's just a very beautiful little red bauble that has some gold accents. So very nice. So I feel like we kind of lied. Well, no, not really, because we said that the
bulk was drinks.
The bulk of new items were not at the food booths, but around DC. Because I'm like, there wasn't that much new stuff. Well, there wasn't that much new stuff at the booths, the festival booths, but there's a lot of new stuff around the rest of the resort.
I just feel like in the last couple weeks with all of our foodie guide stuff we talked about in Snack Chat, I feel like they've added and or replaced so many different things around the park.
I just can't even imagine what the cast members that are in the Disney kitchens how are they constantly coming up with so many different things so often? Because it feels like, right, like every time we get a foodie guide, they just seem to be longer and longer and longer. Like there's just more and more delicious new things coming to the resort, plus all of the things that we enjoy just that are normally available. So it's just like, it's incredible. They're doing it for, obviously, the fans, but specifically, I think they're doing it for the Magic Key holders and the people that are fortunate enough to be visiting multiple times a year, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to enjoy and try out all of these awesome new items.
I will say, though, whoever figured out that let's come out with new good food often and we'll make tons of money, brilliant.
Yep.
Well, we first spoke to our friends over at Where in the Park back on episode 265. Amanda, Kevin, and Kim create amazing and fun seek and find scavenger hunt games in theme parks all over the United States. Whether you want a challenge at the Disneyland Resort or want to explore a new place like Universal Studios, Knott's Berry Farm, or SeaWorld, there are fun game packs for everyone. For the digital folks, there are even some digital packs now. From beginner to expert, Where in the Park is perfect for the first-time visit or for your 1,000th visit to see all types of cool details. Where in the Park is a great thing to be able to have fun and wander around the park. Visit our link in the show notes to get started and to get a discount on your first pack.
Reminder for all weekly tiers. These questions can feel like a high-speed roller coaster type ride in the dark, with self-high fives, sudden drops, and stumps. Follow all pre-launch procedures, including stowing hats, glasses, and all loose possessions in the cargo pouch located directly in front of you.
Welcome to Trivia Land, where we have some phenomenal listener-submitted questions, including, if I'm remembering correctly, one or two new listener-submitters. Are you two ready for these awesome questions?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I love getting questions from new listeners. I mean, I enjoy getting questions from all listeners, but it's like an extra treat. Like the cherry on top of the sundae.
There must have been a buildup because I don't get, neither does Teresa, we don't get the emailed in or the form questions, but we do get a weekly email that says how many submissions were through the form. And I believe this week alone, there were 7 submissions.
Wow.
It's pretty
nice. And to be completely fair, it is James that handles all of the intake, and then he puts it into the sheet that he and I share.
Yeah.
And then I do most of the research and the verifying and making sure that everything is all copacetic, and that's the shared duties that he and I have. And so I open up the sheet and I go, oh, wow, James, you've been busy taking all this stuff in. He goes, oh, yeah, we got a lot.
That's good.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep. So, all right, let's get to it. Your first listener submitted question tonight from listener Monica L. What is the giant-sized item in honor of the 70th celebration that is featured next to Mr. Potato Head? Now, this is over on Pixar Pier in DCA, to be more specific of geography.
Wait, what was the first part of the question?
The giant-sized item. Remember, you're in Andy's land now, so you're
So I know
or you're in Andy's room, I
inside
guess.
it's stickers that got put on stuff. So now I'm trying to remember, because unfortunately when we visited Mr. Potato Head, I was
Covered.
not. Yeah, he was not
Resting.
Yes, there you go. He was taking a break. So we did not get to see him. So I'm trying to think if it'd be something related to the stickers. But I do remember seeing the sheet of partial peeled, what a sheet of stickers looks like. Like I remember I think that is also inside the attraction. So I don't know if it'd be. I'm just going to go with stickers because I know the stickers are inside the attraction.
I will adhere myself to that answer as well. Because I just, to be honest with you, for some reason, when we walk past the Incredicoaster, my brain doesn't take input in this area of the park for some reason. Because, there's the chicken place, there's the churro place, there's Toy Story, but I don't feel like I take it in, though. So, your guess is as good as mine. Okay. So, I'll stick with stickers. Hey.
So, you're both sticking to the stickers?
I think so.
Both staying with stickers.
All righty. Your second question from listener Ace. Disney cast members wear their name badges on the left side of their chest. There are 3 types of cast members. One of them is formerly Disneyland, but still in Disney World, who wear it on the right side of their chest. Who are they?
3, you said?
3.
3, types of cast members?
3 specific role of cast member that wear their name badge on the right side of their chest.
So
one of these roles of cast member is no longer in Disneyland, but can still be found at Disney World.
Interesting. You have an answer?
So I know the one that was Disneyland but is currently Disney World. It is the Tower of Terror, because their costume has the Hollywood Tower Hotel emblem on the left, so that they have to wear their their tags on the right. I went down a weird rabbit because I went down a weird rabbit hole and saw a video. The other one too is the bus, the Disney bus drivers, because then as you enter the bus, the tag is on the side, the side closest to the door, so you can see it. So I don't know if that's Disneyland. Brilliant. And then the third, I'm not sure what the third is. Is the third attraction based? I feel like it's attraction based.
Are you asking the trivia asker?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a hint.
I have already given you enough hint by telling you that one of them was no longer in Disneyland.
We're past that. We're past that one. Okay.
You got your hint.
I'm trying to think if there's another attraction that for some reason would prevent it from being on the left.
Would it be along the same lines of the bus driver? Would it be the monorail?
Or the Main Street vehicles? No, they're on the left. I'm thinking of the guy that is always driving the fire truck.
Steve.
I'm pretty sure his is on the left.
I don't know. This is a great question, though.
Mm-hmm. I'm stumped on what the third one is.
But if we got 2 out of 3, that's not too bad. And by we, I mean you. I'm just pinning myself to your answers.
Tower of Terror and bus drivers.
This has been a thing, right? Trying to figure out how to say that I'm... Anyway. Vert is really entertained by this.
So are you once again just stuck to that answer?
I am pinning myself to her answer.
All right. So Tower of Terror, bus drivers, and can't think of the third one. Final answer.
This is a great question, though.
I watched I don't remember who it was, but somebody was doing, this was pin trivia that somebody did. That is the video that I watched. I found a weird part of the internet that is people filming their pin trivia interactions, and I find it very interesting because pin trivia could be
oh god, don't give people ideas.
A whole lot of anything.
Don't give people ideas. Anyway.
All right, your third listener submitted question from listener Rob S. What is Tony Baxter's birthday, and where in the park can you see it?
Well, I think it's Big Thunder Mountain because there's like that fictitious character
that's modeled off of him or whatever.
That has like a window.
But is that in Big Thunder or is that in Frontierland?
Well, no, it's in. I think it's
in Rainbow Ridge.
In Rainbow Ridge,
okay.
Yeah. But I don't know what the date is. I feel like I've heard this fact too, but I don't remember what the date is.
I don't know when his birth. Do you have any idea when his birthday is?
July, but I think everybody's birthday is in July.
You think July? Okay. So July sometime and Rainbow Ridge, Vern.
July sometime and Rainbow Ridge. Final answer.
Yeah.
All right. Your fourth regular round question from listener Donna S. What years did the attraction Adventure Through Interspace operate at Disneyland?
Well, when did...
It operated to like 87?
Was it 7?
7, because it was replaced by Star Tours.
Yeah, so do we think 87 or 86? Probably, because I think 87's when...
Yeah, and then when did it originally open? Well, was it 67? Did it open with the renovation of... That sounds like it'd be right for the longevity of an attraction.
For some reason, like the early 70s were sticking out to me, but I have no idea why. What was that space prior? Was it just one of those walkthrough?
I think it was brand new when they did the renovation for 67, and they added the people mover and everything.
I don't think it's... Because what was it, 67 for... Was that the...
That's all of Tomorrowland. No, that's 59.
59.
But when they redid Tomorrowland, the new Tomorrowland that had the people mover. And...
Yep, okay. Yeah, we'll go 67.
So 67 to 86?
Yeah. We'll go with it. Unless it was 85.
This is one of those attractions I wish I could have experienced.
Mm-hmm. I have seen some, like, remastered video, like people that took video through it. That's not horrible considering.
I'll have to look that up because I feel like all I've ever seen is really bad, like VHS.
Oh, I mean, it is, but like, again, considering what they were working with, it was not bad considering.
Future generations are so lucky that we have such good technology. Anyway, that's what we got, Vern.
All right, 1967 to 1986.
Really
Final
like
answer.
If it's 72, because that was a random number in my head. But anyways.
You could say 72.
Continue.
Okay.
No, I like your logic better.
All righty. And your bonus question from listener Todd B. How often does the floral Mickey at the entrance get replanted? And bonus, if you know approximately how many flowers are involved in Mickey and the side flourishes.
A lot. Okay, so
how often is it replanted?
It's pretty frequent. So we know that they do.
Well, it turned into Mickey.
Seasonal.
I will give you a hint. I
mini.
thought it was seasonal, and I was thinking like maybe 4 times a year. I was wrong.
Yeah, it's more. Because like just think of like, because they switch it over. We switch it off of the holiday version. So the beginning of the year, that's at least one. They have the mini. They have whatever the theme for the summertime is with like the swirl. At least the swirl is themed. Maybe not Mickey himself. They have Halloween. He's got a mask on, and then the holiday thing. So just those things that we like physically can see, that's 5. But to keep those things constantly blooming, it's gotta be like probably like once a month or more frequently than that. So I'm going to say 12 times a year.
I'm going to just throw out a number and say 14.
You're going to say 14. And then how many... Oh, goodness.
What was the other part?
How many plants?
Oh, the bonus is how many plants?
I don't. Like in Mickey and the Swirly Whirlies? Or just Mickey?
Yeah, Mickey and the flourishes.
Okay, so I'm just going to stick with the theme of 14, and I'm going to say 14,000.
14,000? Okay.
Because there's a lot. Think about like each little plant, and like that adds up.
I was like 1,400 I could have gone
You could put
with,
1,400.
but
You could put 1,200. You could put.
I think I'm going to go with, I'll go 1,500.
Okay.
No idea.
One of us is going to look very silly.
Or maybe both of us. Maybe there's
Maybe.
far more or far
There's
fewer
300,000 plants. We're like, jeez.
It's like every blade of grass counted.
Well, that grass now is fake grass,
you
so-
can't count the grass. It's not alive anymore.
Okay, so Teresa, you said 1,400 flowers, and I'm sorry, how many times did you change it?
I did 1,500 flowers.
Oh, sorry, 1,500 flowers.
And I said we're changing it monthly, 12 times.
monthly. Okay, and Tag, you said
I'm doing 14 and 14,000 because 14
and
is the number.
14,000. Got it.
Come on, lucky number
Alright.
14.
Maybe it's every 2 weeks they're refreshing this
Oh
thing.
my
I'm trying to think
goodness.
I don't know. It always looks so perfect. So it's probably way more frequent than we think. So it probably is every 2 weeks.
My goodness.
Every day would be way too much. Every week, I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to stop.
Yes. You're going
You
to
just
talk
need
yourself around
You just
in
need to
circles.
tell us what the right answer is.
Well, we got to
Okay.
wait till after the discussion topic.
All right, well, listeners, how do you think they did? How did you do listening at home? If we all stick around until after the discussion, we can all find out the answers.
Well, this week for our discussion topic time, we have another round of games with producer James. He
back,
looks
baby.
way too excited, and we told him that maybe we should limit this to like a half an hour, and he's like, "What?" So we'll see what
so
he has
there may
for
be
us.
a part 2 next week.
Yeah,
or
we might
second half
see
next
what
week.
happens.
It's a 3-hour spectacular about mostly America.
There you go.
But, well, you've got 15 minutes. No, or a minute and a half or whatever it is. But I will tell you, the last time we did something like this, didn't there end up being like singing
Yes.
and like, yeah, okay.
And voices. And,
Oh, and
yeah.
voices.
Mhm.
I forgot about voices.
And I made you bulldoze things like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, my
Oh.
goodness. Well, what terrible things do you have in store for us this time?
I am being so much nicer for you all.
We'll be the judge of that.
I have like 4 or 5 little games planned, inspired from things I've seen online, other podcasts, and things of the sort that I think will just make you really think about what's important for you in Disney stuff.
Okay.
So I want to open up with inspiration from friend of the podcast, Ryan GH, who's got a podcast going about drafting things. So you pick characters or things of the sort that fit a team for you as you're going through this.
Okay.
So I have a category for you. And in that category, I'm going to ask you to pick 5 characters to fill out your little roster.
Okay.
So you'll have 5 positions.
Are we going to go
fill.
back and forth?
Back and
Okay.
forth? Yep.
So it's like picking from the lineup at school and somebody's going to be stuck with something at the end.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so you're going to pick for this draft. You can't duplicate any answers of each other. So you
Okay.
got to choose and defend your answers. And then we have a second category that I'm not going to tell you until afterwards, and you can't repeat anyone again.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So in the end, between the two of you, 20 characters. There's so many to choose from. It's going to be so easy, right?
I don't even know if I know 20 characters, but we'll try.
Wow. Okay. So the first scenario I have for you is the 999 ghosts taking up the Haunted Mansion have gone rogue. The Doom buggies are trapped and the exits are sealed. You need to draft 5 Disney characters to get everyone out alive. You have to fill these 5 roles.
Can we draft some of the happy haunts or no?
No, they've all gone rogue.
Okay.
So we have to fill 5 positions?
Yes.
And you're going to tell us what those positions are?
Yes.
Okay.
So in any order, you can pick these, but you have to choose a leader, so someone who's taking charge.
Okay.
The
We're trying to escape the Haunted Mansion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You need the muscle. You need the brains. You need the heart. And then a wild card position. You can fill in the team how you best think it is. Think of them as your secret weapon.
So the leader and the brains aren't the same person.
No, one
that's
is like the
interesting.
puzzle solver, one is telling everyone what to do.
Okay. I'll let you go first, Teresa. What position are you filling and with what character?
I will do Muscle as Wreck-It Ralph.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Quality choice.
I will do Heart, Baymax.
will give a lot of good care for people.
He could have been your wild card. Then he could have been healing people.
That's true.
Anyways. Oh, no. We just watched The Goonies. I'm like, oh, that's not a Disney movie.
Oh, so many quality choices in that, though.
Were you gonna pick
Data was going to be
Data?
my brain.
Yeah.
I love him. Okay, sorry. Oh, that's there. Okay, are these Disney characters? So, like,
Yes, Disney.
okay. So we're not. Well, I
no
guess
Star Wars,
Disney's-
no Marvel?
I'll let you two decide if you want to lump those in or not.
Do we want to do classic
I
Disney
don't
or
know.
lump
I
in
think
all the?
maybe we go classic Disney.
Okay.
Classic Disney.
Maybe Pixar, but like
Yeah, classic.
I think
fair.
if
Animated.
we do, if we do Disney Pixar, I think that's plenty.
Okay.
I feel like if we go further than that, then okay.
Yeah, there's only,
Um,
800 some movies that fit inside of
Well, you
this.
can
know
pick a lot
what?
of Marvel
I
characters.
just gave
you know?
myself an idea.
Okay.
Brain.
Brain.
Ooh, or should it be the leader? I'm thinking Sarge from Toy Story.
Oh.
He's very organized.
Probably leader.
Yeah,
Like
I'm kinda
he seems
thinking
like an
leader.
organizer.
Yep, Sarge is my leader.
That's a quality choice.
So we have. So for me, I need to go with muscle or we haven't come up with a brain for anybody yet.
Nobody has a brain. Nobody has a
Let
wild
me
card.
pick. Who's the guy from? Is it Atlantis? That's like the Brainiac?
Which Milo?
Milo is that the main?
He's the main.
Yeah, Milo is my brains.
Is your brain? That's a good one.
Good choice.
What did you just think of?
I have a
somebody
character that's I'm gonna pick
for
if
what?
you don't
Your
pick.
wild card?
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord.
Wreck-It Ralph was so good for muscle.
Wreck-It Ralph was really good.
I'm having such a hard time thinking like, oh God, who's like a good like thinker or like tinkerer or problem solver type.
You could pick Belle's dad,
I thought about that.
Mhm.
But
Maurice.
But he also doesn't. His inventions don't always
That's
work.
true.
Ooh,
So-
yeah, that is kind of risky then, isn't
That
it?
is a little risky there.
Oh, you could
Maybe-
pick. You could pick. I know it seems like I'm just focusing on one movie. You could pick Hero from Big Hero 6.
That's true. That's a good one too. I was thinking maybe Oriah.
Oh,
Right, a good choice too.
I think I'll go with Raya
for your
for my brain.
brain. For my wild card, I'm gonna go with Hey Hey.
And how is that? How is that?
Yeah,
Gonna
what's
be
he gonna
used
help
well?
with?
What's your?
He's
secret
just a
weapon?
wild card. He's there to like lighten the mood. He's there to knock on totally random things. Maybe
Why didn't you put him as the leader or the muscle?
Oh,
Or he would have been good heart. Oh, hey.
Mhm,
Okay, sorry.
mhm.
all right. So what do you got for either heart or wild card?
I think
I love how we haven't picked any of the like classic core Disney characters for any of
It's
this.
true.
Minnie would be a good heart if you're going with like a classic
Yeah.
character.
my wild card. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
You were so excited for a second.
I know I was. I thought it was a great pick. And I'm like, is it though? Is it though?
I mean, I
It
picked
could-
Hey Hey.
It could be.
That's true. You picked Hey Hey. No, the heart is going to be Mickey.
Who are you going to pick a minute ago?
I was going to put Sorcerer Mickey as my wild card.
Ooh.
For my
But
muscle,
then I was thinking about what Sorcerer Mickey is in the film and
Sure.
like what he is in my head. And I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna be-
Yensid. You could have done
There you go,
Yensid.
Yensid.
Okay, for muscle,
Muscle.
I'm going to put Maui.
There you go.
Ooh, quality choice.
That was a good choice.
Yeah. Wreck-It Ralph, I think, is a little bit better, but
Wild card. I want someone with magic for my wild card. So I've been trying to think of
ooh.
magical characters.
Madam Mim, obviously.
Merlin. So I got
Merlin.
now I got to come up with a leader.
Yeah, who's leading your team of Maui, Milo, Baymax, and Hey Hey?
Well,
I'm feeling pretty good about my team.
I've got it, James. I've got it. Who's the leader of the club? Blah, blah, blah.
No, you
Mickey
can't.
Mouse.
he's already
Can't.
taken.
Dang! Oh,
my-
you
he's
stole
my
it.
heart.
Leader. Who's a good leader?
Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck.
What about Woody?
Not Donald Duck.
Woody's a good leader. In Toy
Woody's
Story.
a little. Woody's.
How about Doc from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
You know who I'm gonna pick? This is gonna be really dumb. You know who's gonna be my leader?
Who?
What's his name?
Suspense is killing us.
He doesn't even know
I have a
his
picture of
name.
the character in my mind, but I'm
What
trying to think what
movie are
is.
they in?
It's Toy Stories.
Okay.
He's the pig.
Ham.
Ham. Because Ham always seems to have stuff. I just remember that scene where he's like, there it was. Well, we got to go around again. He's in the controller. Anyway. Yeah. So I think this could be interesting. This is also good because we've left a lot of characters for when James goes into whatever the heck this next thing is.
That's true. So,
James, how do you rate our group?
that's a good question. I'm going to let you compare it to the group that I brainstormed while you two are
Sure.
discussing as well.
Okay.
So Tig has Ham leading, Maui as the muscle, Milo as the brains, Baymax as the heart, and Hey Hey as the wild card.
Yeah.
Teresa went with Sarge as the leader, Ralph as the muscle, Rye as the brain, Mickey's the heart, and Merlin as the wild card.
I will say between our two, I believe that you would get out a lot easier than I would.
Teresa's getting out.
I will be
You're
like, hey,
telling
hey,
me
and stuck in the
Hey-Hey's
Haunted
not gonna
Mansion
be, like,
forever.
Stuck in the corner, not understanding how to get out.
Somehow, Hey
I don't know,
Hey will
Milo was a good
stumble into the
choice.
end. Milo is a great choice.
Yeah, but can Milo get everybody up? Well, can Ham get everyone else to listen to what Milo is saying? That's the question.
Sure.
Anyway, okay, James.
All right, in my team that I have over here,
Oh, James wants to get in on this.
of course, it's Games with James. I have to play along sometimes. So my leader is Buzz Lightyear, natural leader.
In Spanish,
But he's
mode,
delusional.
or
He is a little delusional.
Senor Buzz.
yes, it's Senor,
Senor Buzz, yes, the ultimate
Or-
leader.
Mrs. Nesbit.
Okay.
You didn't know the multiple personalities are really how he adapts to leadership roles, so it makes sense. My muscle is Mr. Incredible.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
I'm willing to put that one up against Ralph, though Ralph was quality first choice. For brains, I'm picking Belle. After all, she does have experience with like spooky castles, so
Mhm.
You know,
easy choice. For heart, I'm going with Pumbaa because nothing takes that pig down. And then my wild card is Winnie the Pooh because
Of
it'll
course.
also keep spirits up.
you know
as
Winnie
we
the
go
Pooh is
through
turning
this.
100 this year?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's great. And he's got experience with heffalumps and woozles, so
Sure.
like he's probably going to be just fine. So
So, just out of curiosity, because I don't understand how some of this stuff works, when there's a wild card person, what does that mean? They're just like an extra
Whatever.
person?
yeah,
Okay.
just an extra person. Round out your team.
Okay.
Like an unexpected secret weapon was my idea for that one.
Maybe Hey Hey screaming will scare off some ghosts. I
That's
don't know.
so possible.
Anyway, okay. So
All right.
What are you doing that's putting these people off limits?
Scenario number 2. Disney has given you unlimited budget and creative
Oh
freedom
my
for the 75th anniversary.
Wow.
Draft 5 Disney characters to be your Imagineering team who will help you design a new land, major attraction, just the retheming for the 75th, whatever it kind of is. So the 5 people I need from you. I need a visionary, someone who's going to lead the big, bold, creative concepting. I need an engineer who's actually going to make it work. I want a storyteller who's going to craft the narrative. I want someone who's detail obsessive, who's going to add in those little hidden Mickey level nods. And then someone to be our reality check, who is going to be like, they don't have the budget for that, Walt. Who is our Roy?
Can I go first?
Sure.
Visionary. Come up with the big ideas, right?
Yeah.
Goofy.
Oh,
I love
Think
or
about
hate
Goofy
this
movie because he always
so
had this big
much.
ideas.
that's true. That is
so
true.
goofy.
That is either the best or worst pick that I feel like you could make. I love where this is going.
Storyteller, but see, this is the problem. Storyteller for a brand new land, so that like makes it different. Because when I was thinking storytellers, I was thinking like Grandmother Willow or like you know
Ooh,
like that.
that's-
But I don't know
that's
if that's
such a good
necessarily
choice.
like the storyteller for a land. Maybe we'll go with her.
That is quality choice.
I'm taking some creative liberty with storyteller, kind of like what Teresa's doing with like a storyteller. I'm going to go with Olaf
Oh,
well.
okay. We've seen him in action in the
because
little
he
short.
can tell a
so
story, man.
He can tell a story. That's true.
Because you were talking about like, and I was like, oh god, Olaf being like, it was a land where this happened, and then you feel like
and
that.
It's you and it's Olaf and Goofy.
I know.
It's
I've got
Olaf
a really good group.
and Goofy.
We've
Okay.
got a quality team going here for sure. So
Engineer. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. And my problem is I keep thinking back to people. We can't use those people. Stop thinking about those people.
I know, because like someone like Tony Stark would have been such.
So
a
when
good
we say
engineer.
Disney characters, can we pick characters from like Disney Afternoon?
Sure, why not?
Oh, okay. Tiana is my visionary.
Oh.
Ooh, quality choice.
My engineer is Gadget from
Oh, that's
Rescue
good.
Rangers.
Gadget's represented in the park, even like total safe choice in that one. Love it.
Details and reality check.
My engineer is Fix It Felix.
I was thinking about him in the last one too. I was like, oh, he's such an awesome
He
character.
is an awesome character.
Okay, I feel like there might be a better answer, but I'm going to pair this with my visionary, and my reality check is going to be Max.
For a Goofy?
Yes, like from a Goofy movie, like Max saying, like, "You can't do that, Dad." You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my reality check is Cogsworth.
Oh, Heart. Mrs. Potts would have been a good Heart
Mrs.
too.
Potts would have been a
Such
good
a good
heart.
Okay,
Okay,
now
details.
details.
Apparently both very bad at.
Oh, Geppetto.
There you go.
Because he's got to like carve the. You know what I mean? Like he probably has a good attention to detail. Jiminy Cricket would have been good to use for Heart
That
as
would have
well.
been a really great
Mhm,
heart.
mhm.
Oh, okay.
What a surprise. There's so many heart characters in the Disney universe.
Yeah, right. No villains have made our right? No villains. No.
Okay,
villains.
so details. Can you define details? Like, are they the ones like creating all the small details?
Like adding those like little touches. Yeah.
I'm going to say Rapunzel because she does all those little
Oh, sure.
paintings and flourishes.
That is a very, very good choice. So, Tag's visionary, Goofy. Tag's engineer, Gadget. Tag's storyteller, Olaf. Tag's details, Geppetto. Tag's reality check, Max. Teresa's visionary, Tiana. Teresa's engineer, Felix. The storyteller, Grandmother Willow. Details, Rapunzel. Reality check, Cogsworth. This is a fascinating combination between the two of you.
And what do you have?
I would love to see what land these
right.
these
Right.
people build.
So I will break the no villain streak. My visionary is Maleficent.
Ooh.
My engineer is Luca. He built that go-kart and bike so
Oh,
well.
yeah?
Those rides will definitely hold up. My storyteller is Coco, aka Miguel.
Mm.
My detail person is Edna Mode, though I might encourage capes. And my reality check is also from the afternoon, good old Scrooge McDuck. Because he's got a vault of money, so he can pay for all this for us.
He definitely is not going to let you
Okay.
crazy with it.
I have to say, though, Tag, I really enjoy the possibility of what your team brings. Teresa's feels like it's a little more doable as we're going through this.
Teresa's is more realistic if you want to get something done, where mine's more whimsical.
Yeah,
Very whimsical.
absolutely.
Yours is funny because it's whimsical, but then there's also like Gadget was a very like, nope, that's a good like tinkerer. Because you could have had, I don't know, who's somebody that like runs into everything and like, Goofy, but besides Goofy,
Yeah, I don't know.
So many characters out there.
What's next?
You've just got your teams are just your team motto is wild card.
I believe it is the sporadic nature of my personality to put chaotic people together that may or may not have something awesome come out of it.
Yes. So I would definitely be curious as what the listeners are putting in for their lineup. Which movies and characters have we forgotten? I'm sure there's plenty out there. But we've got other games to play.
Okay.
And so this one is less of a game and more of a thought practice.
Uh-oh.
You, too, have found yourself in Anaheim with your annual
Like one
passes. Yes, it just happens. But you only have 3 hours to spend in the parks.
Okay.
What is your essential or optimal 3-hour lightning speedrun experience at the resort?
Disneyland. No, I'm going to go do, and maybe I'll end my thing with an animation class. But cause if it wasn't for the Animation Academy, that they need one of those in Disneyland too.
Let's just put one in downtown Disney while we're at it.
Yeah. So do we get to pick what part of the day our 3 hours are happening in?
Yeah, sure.
And but like normal wait time.
Normal wait times
Fluctuations.
included. Yep. No lightning lane in this business.
Oh, never mind. Well, I'll just mess that up. So I was gonna go at night to do like Phantasmic and do stuff like that. But if I want to get the most done, really, I feel like I need to go in.
Now, is the question that you're
morning.
trying to get us to get the most done, or are you just trying to say what's our use of 3 hours?
How would you use 3 hours?
Oh,
what
sure.
would be your ideal
So
experience?
it's not that you're not getting scored on like how much stuff you can cram in.
No.
Oh,
I just want to hear what you're interested in. There's no scores on this
Yeah.
one. This is just for fun.
I would grab a cold brew from
At night.
Carnation Cafe. No, where I'm in the. I don't know. I don't know what time I'm going at this point.
Okay.
I don't really care. Grab a cold brew from Carnation, specifically from Carnation Cafe, even though they do not have a pickup window, they should. So I'm going to grab my cold brew from there.
Mhm,
And then I'm going to have a leisurely stroll up Main Street to just, enjoy it. Take a left. I think I'm probably going to either Pirates or Haunted first. This is literally the start of everything.
Yeah. I mean, different place to get
Yeah.
coffee, but yeah.
Yep,
I think
yep.
I'd probably stick more towards the front half of the park, if that makes sense. So not venturing further than like
Haunted
Fantasyland,
Oh, okay.
or so I probably wouldn't go all the way back to Galaxy's Edge.
Or Toontown.
Maybe I would do Toontown. That feels closer, just because there's not quite the gap in between
Sure.
things. And then I'd round it out with some time in the Animation Academy. But if it was nighttime, somewhere in that thing, Phantasmic is 1000% happening.
Well, I would go at night. I'd go in the last 3 hours of the day,
Shocking.
preferably in winter because it's dark and not as hot. But I also don't want it to be too cold. So I don't know. Anyway, so it's got to be dark. Somewhere in there is going to be Wondrous Journeys, Fireworks Spectacular. I would probably, it's later. I like Indiana Jones. I'd probably do Indiana Jones.
Big Thunder at night.
Big Thunder would probably be on my
It is
list.
such a good nighttime attraction.
Probably, I really like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So I'd probably do those three in the fireworks. That would probably end up taking my 3 hours.
No Phantasmic.
Fantasmic's a long show, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to utilize. Plus, I think it'd be different if Murphy was back.
Oh, yeah. See, in my brain, that's still Phantasmic.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my brain, that is still what Phantasmic is.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
That's a great
so
point.
adjustments.
and then I'd probably somewhere in there I'd pick up a snack or two. I'd probably do a Bengal barbecue skewer or a bread bowl. Man, that bread bowl that I had last time I was there was so good. Or maybe a Jolly Holiday combo would be good too. I don't know. I'd end up walking around with a terrible stomachache like that one time and not do anything.
That'd be so sad.
But no, nighttime entertainment and then enjoy. Actually, Teresa and I think both really enjoyed when we had our little bit of solo time in the park. I think that both of us kind of enjoyed just the atmosphere of walking around the park. Because you said you kind of just bopped around DCA and had a good time.
I spent a good chunk of the morning in DCA and not actually doing any attractions. I was just doing pin trading and animation classes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. What about yourself, James, since you're answering stuff, I think?
I like it. I'm going in the morning
Of
because
course.
I can get better access to the attractions and everything that I'm looking for. So being mindful of my time, I am making the most that I can out of riding Space Mountain, Star Tours, and the Matterhorn. That grouping is good enough together. And sometime in there, I'm going to grab breakfast from the Galactic Grill because I think that was an underrated breakfast experience that we had, and I really enjoyed it. I figure I can single ride at worst Space Mountain once or twice and get a couple of Star Tours experiences and say hi to Harold, maybe even on both sides of the mountain.
Depending on the, I mean, I guess you do single rider.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would help some of the wait time for sure, that I think I could round that out. So it is sad to leave Galaxy's Edge out, but it is a long walk to get back there.
We also know that your heart is in Space Mountain.
It is. So
I think if you had to strap yourself to one attraction in both parks of like, if like a bulldozer was coming and was going to take out the parks and you could save one thing, I think you'd save Space Mountain.
That is off-brand. I would save nothing. It is the way that Walt would want it.
But if you were a normal human being, you would save Space Mountain.
Save Space Mountain. Yep. Yeah. Who cares about the other historical stuff? All right. Excellent. Let's get back to the games.
Oh, jeez.
So I want to play a rating game with you.
Okay.
So on a scale of 5 Mickeys is what we're going for. So 1 through 5.
Okay. 5 is the best?
5 is the best.
Okay.
1 is the worst. We're calling this the Retheme Report Card. So I want you to rate some of Disneyland's biggest attraction rethemes or additions that came to it on the scale of 1 to 5.
Can we use the same scale? Like,
You can use the same number many times.
Okay.
Yes. I want you to do it based on how you feel these changes improved the experience. For you or for overall, you can justify it however you want. This is your opinion.
okay.
So let's start with the one that we all are very well aware of. Tiana's Bayou Adventure replaced Splash Mountain.
This is a tough one. I'm going to give it a 4 because I think like overall, I think it is a better experience because you've got more things to kind of look at. The lighting is better. I don't know. We're gonna go like 3. We're gonna go 3. I think overall, like better lighting, better animatronics, and I think it's a little easier to see all the things because they're spaced out ever so slightly better, and they made little tweaks. Like when you go into the first dark area, they built that like tunnel type thing, so your eyes have adjusted by the time you're in the show scenes. So I think that's good. It gets points taken away because I wish the storyline was different, and I wish they did something about the water because you do not need to get as wet as you get in that attraction. So, and let's face it, the poor animatronics, like they just have way too many bugs. So that's another reason it gets downgraded. So I think it's kind of, I don't think it really like was an overall plus, but also I think it's slightly better than what we had, but not by a lot.
I'm going to agree with Teresa on 3 Mickeys for a lot of the same reasons. I think if it was a drier experience, I'd give it another star because I would like to experience this attraction more. But the idea of being as wet as I will be deters me from riding it.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would give it a whole nother star or a whole nother Mickey if it was as wet as like Splash Mountain used to be.
Or better yet, what it is in Magic Kingdom, where
Sure.
it's just a light misting.
Mist.
Also losing another star for the fact that there's no Dr. Facilier and there's animatronics issues from time to time.
I mean, I know we've talked about this to death, but Prime, it would have been Prime to have like the theme from like the storyline theme from the movie be iterated into that attraction. It would have worked so well.
Totally. So I do think it's a net positive in general compared to Splash Mountain, but I still think that there's enough. So this is kind of like, you might have this on your list, so maybe I'm jumping the gun, but I would rate this very similar. I would rate Tower of Terror to Guardians similarly, because the previous up and down, I didn't have as much problem with. Similarly to, I didn't have as much problem with the wet level on Splash. But I think there's a net positive. Like, I think it's better as Guardians than the Tower in general, I suppose. So very similar, like with Splash versus Tiana.
I've been thinking a lot about Splash Mountain, and I'm trying to decide how much it's an improvement for me because I'm so much more familiar with the Princess and the Frog storyline. And so I have that more relation to what's happening and all the characters and understand things. But I am a little higher praise on this one. But I think that's because I don't mind getting wet. When we had our solo days, I rode this twice by myself.
Because you're a crazy person.
I am. So I will jump ahead in my attraction list to Guardians of the Galaxy. Since you brought it up, obviously replace the Tower of Terror. How do you feel about that one on a scale of 1 to 5 Mickeys?
Well, I think I just said the same thing. It's three stars. It would get another star if it wasn't. I don't like that initial launch right when it first starts. I think that's what's really screwed with me. otherwise, I think it's like pretty solid. The fact that it changes stuff. I mean, maybe I'll give it 4. I'll give it 4
I was
stars.
gonna say I'd go with 4 because I like the variables that it's not always going to be the same experience. And there's just something about like having those songs just are all very fun, and then to have the feeling that they're creating with the gantry lift that you're like floating at times and stuff. It's a much more lighthearted fun experience, whereas Tower of Terror was more like creepy and eerie and scary.
I will say though, if they could find some way for me, if they could take its storyline, it would not work. If you could take Tower of Terror up until you get into the gantry lift, theming wise, and then the fun of the gantry lift, that would be a perfect attraction. Because I thought the theming of the hotel was great. And fitting with Buena Vista Street and Hollywood, and like all of that worked really well. Where I feel like this, I mean, as time has gone on, it's starting to more mesh with the new theme of the area, but it's taken a long time.
I was gonna say that's why I'm knocking it down a star, because I don't like the exterior, like I don't like how it blends in with Buena Vista Street and like the nostalgia that they're trying to have going on, whereas Tower made total sense and like storyline wise blended seamlessly. And the fact that it's something that you can very obviously see takes you kind of a little bit out of the story of that they're trying to tell in Buena Vista Street. So that's why it's not 5.
So 4 for both of us, huh?
Yep.
We're pretty like the same on both of these.
Let's see if we keep this up.
What was your rating, James, for?
I would agree with 4, and for a lot of the same reason. Like, I don't think the storyline improves. I think the storyline diminishes a little. I think they've done a good job at making it work and fit for what it is. I think the attraction's an improvement, though. I am on board with the extra thrill and everything that comes with it, so that works for me.
Yeah, you're a thrill crazy person.
I am. All right, next one on the list. Soarin' Over the World versus Soarin' that came out originally.
Oh.
1 to 5 Mickeys. So Soarin' over the World.
Soarin' over California versus World. I'm going to say that it's a 2. It's going to get slight points because it is a little bit, it plays with like the smells and such a little bit more than California did. And the video quality itself is obviously better because it was, filmed with more updated equipment. And it's also, maybe we'll go like 2.25 because they did finally fix the Eiffel Tower scene.
Eiffel Tower.
Yep.
It's
but
iconic.
Overall, I think it's a net bad. Like it's
bad.
Yeah, net bad. It's a net. What do you call that?
Net negative?
Is it net negative? I'm like, that feels like a double, like
because it'd be net positive is like it's good.
Yeah,
net negative.
I knew it was net positive, but I'm like net negative. Anyways, because I think the story and flow of Soarin' Over California made more sense and it wasn't as jarring. And I'm not going to take this from Tag, but the beginning, I'm just going to leave it there. The beginning was a better intro to the attraction and made you it made you suspend reality more than what it does with the new version.
I give it 1 star.
Oh, 1.
1 Mickey.
1 Mickey, because I think that in almost every way, the original version of this attraction was just better. I thought that the transitions were abrupt in the original, but I feel like trying to force a transition just makes it feel fake. I don't particularly have any, now growing up in California, I don't really have a lot of connection to the Taj Mahal and the pyramids and all these other places. So it's just kind of like, oh, these are cool places. The music is the same, so that's a plus. They kept Patrick and somehow
they did keep Patrick.
Magically made his mouth not drop the California thing, but you don't even notice in the video. So I don't know how they did that wizardry. But as Teresa alluded to in the original, even when they bring back the California version now, it's not the same. The screen used to be black, and when it would go dark and you would lift up, you were in front of darkness, and then the clouds would show up and then you would realize how high up you were and stuff. And I miss that because now with the blue screen, there's no surprise. You're going up in front of it, so you're not really getting surprised, but it's just a better experience.
But before when it was black, I don't think I realized the first time I rode the attraction, it didn't occur to me that that's a screen that we were I didn't know what was going to happen.
Sure.
It kept a lot of the mystery of what was going to happen
Sure.
still like a secret or whatever. And I even remember like as you went up on the thing, the screen kind of came to life as you were rising up, so the clouds were almost felt
you were
like they
going up
were
into the clouds.
yeah, like they were rising up with you. So it felt more like a oh wow, like you know, it was more magical. I guess would be a good way of saying it. So
I think so, totally.
I think you just made me knock it back down to a 2.
You got rid of that little quarter.
I mean, I'm going to give them some credit, but I still probably 2. You know, some credit for fixing the Eiffel Tower, but yeah.
All right. I have.
What did you rate that one, James?
I would agree with 3, so that's a 2. I think the technology upgrades are worth acknowledging and everything that they're doing, and I hope that they take that feedback to heart with Soaring Over America. So
Across
I'm
America.
very curious what that one's gonna.
I think it's sort of cross America, isn't it?
it might be.
Yeah.
It might be. Yeah. Whatever. You're the ones who read the news. I'm in Trivia Land. So
Anyway.
all right. I got 4 more for you. We're going to rapid fire them.
Okay.
So you get 1 scale, 1 sentence.
Okay.
Snow White's Enchanted Wish compared to Snow White's
Ooh.
Scary Adventure.
5 stars.
5.
Just overall, all better.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree with that.
Although it made the rest of the Fantasyland ones where they have an abrupt ending feel more abrupt.
Mhm.
Yes. Especially like Toad and everything. That one just kind of goes. All right. Next, Adventureland Treehouse replacing the Swiss Family Treehouse.
You mean Tarzan's Treehouse?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Getting my parks confused.
I think I'm gonna give that maybe I think a 4.
I agree with a 4.
I missed the bridge. I
Mm.
think that was a very good, fun way to enter and experience that. Plus, I still miss the visual block between the 2 lands. But I don't think I don't know. And the music. I also miss the music from Tarzan's Treehouse.
The music was good for Tarzan's Treehouse. I will say I give it a 4 because stuff that should be easy for them to keep running, like the stupid wheel, keeps breaking. And I'm also really annoyed at that teapot whistle.
Sure.
But I love what is it, Jane?
Yeah.
Love it.
Little ostrich.
Yeah.
It's a 3 for me. Kind of net neutral of what it goes, but I didn't spend a lot of time in it. And
It's got cool views of the park,
does
if
have
nothing
cool
else.
views. That's true.
And it doesn't matter what version.
All right. This one's hard to compare. We're going to do it anyway. Great moments with Walt. Great moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Walt: A Magical Life
Yeah.
versus Great Moments with
They're
Mr.
both
Lincoln.
going to end up being great moments. So,
How do you compare that?
Okay, so that's a hard one to compare. I think I'm going to say, so 2.5 would be equal, right?
3 will be your average score.
Okay, 3 is my average. I think I'm going to go with Walt. I think I'm going to give Walt the higher score. Maybe a 3.5, 3.75. So not by much, because and it's hard to, you got to I'm trying to think of it as what the whole is. I think it's very, 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 very important and wonderful that his story is being told so that future generations can, understand that this is not just a brand, it is a man, and this is where it all came from. And the technology, even if the animatronic doesn't look like him 100%, the technology involved with the animatronic is really mind-blowing. But you can't discredit Lincoln being what he what that attraction represents and how important that was to Walt and how big of a technological advancement that was. And it's still very impressive to me, even though it maybe isn't the most sitting on the edge of your seat, super exciting thing. It's still, it's held up, I think, as far as that wow factor. And I think Walt just kind of that experience built off of that. So I can't knock Lincoln too much. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a 3 probably, because so kind of middle of the road for both, because I think what would help Walt is I feel like that initial video is too long and too much of a part of the experience, where I feel I guess Abe comes out only at the end of the thing too.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think would help the Walt specific experience would be if they took that video, because they did something like this for the 50th anniversary. They had a video play in the lobby about Disneyland, and then you'd go in and do, whatever, the normal thing. I think they should play the Walt video in the lobby like on a constant loop. So if you want to watch that part, you can. But they should just basically cycle Walt constantly every 5-10 minutes or whatever. So, because like I would love to go see that part of the show over and over again because I want to look at the animatronic and be in awe. But I don't want to spend 20 to 30 minutes of my park day watching a video that like is cool and interesting maybe 2 or 3 times you watch it. Do you know what I mean? So I wish they would do something like that where I could get in and see the Walt animatronic more.
Oh, see, my thought process with that is I'm sure there's magic happening behind the scenes, and that's intentional. It's probably an intentional length of the video so that things can reset. I don't know that for sure. That's just my
I mean, I guess obviously you're going to wear the animatronic out quicker if you're doing like back to back to back to back and not, So I don't know. I'm sure there's reasons for it.
Things that need to reset,
but it'd be interesting.
How that works, but, yeah.
I think you're right in a lot of talk about this because I think about Lincoln and like the lead up to the Lincoln experience just feels a lot better to me than the Vault experience.
Sure.
And I don't know if it's like that there's the break with the Two Brothers song that gives us something different instead of just narration or kind of other components to it. But I do agree with Tag that sometimes that video feels just a little bit long, but that Walt animatronic is incredible.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's hard to not appreciate that. So
The video would be fixed if the transition was, and now Walt Disney.
Yeah,
that would be great.
That would help.
If that's where it transitioned, yeah.
Yep. All right, last one for rapid fire. The obviously most important one, Luigi's flying tires to Luigi's Rock and Roasters.
5. It is a 5.
Yeah, 5. I only rode the flying tires a couple times, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to move. And I thought the adding of like the beach balls and stuff was just odd. But I want to say that there's a lot of people that probably go to California Adventure, they go to Cars Land, and they look at Luigi's
and Tomators,
and they think, oh, I'm not going to go on that. Gosh darn it, when you're on those things, they are fun.
They're so fun.
Like, it doesn't look like Luigi's is spinning very fast, but when you're on it, holy jeeps. Like, woo.
Well, and the thing I think
buckets.
that makes it fun, too, is like, right, you're on a molded plastic seat with just a like loose belt that goes across the entire seat. So there's a lot of both with the
Maters as well.
Maters tractors too. So you're just like the sliding makes it more fun. If you were more secured
It'd be less fun.
and not
It would
sliding
hurt probably.
and, like into each other, it wouldn't be as fun.
If you were as locked in as Goofy Sky School, it would not be as fun.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
So, final game, since we're going on and on, another popular trend. I have a list of 5 things, and I'm going to ask you to blindly rank them 1 through 5.
Oh, he loves blindly. Okay.
I'm going to give you one at a time. You have to give it a rank of 1 through 5. You get to use each rank once, and that's what it's going to go through.
These are fun. There was a podcast I listened to that was like ranking like tech items. And since you don't know what the next items are going to be, it's like, what's your 1? What's your 5? Yeah.
You have to choose wisely.
Okay.
So I'm going to pick my favorite list, I think, that I have prepared for you. And that is going to be the best ambience moments inside the park.
Okay.
So in a scale, or,
I'm
in your
curious
ranking,
what the options are.
Yeah, you'll find out, won't you?
Yeah.
At the end.
Well,
yeah.
I'm curious just like what you mean by this. Like your first example will tell me a lot.
And so your first one is the smell of Main Street USA in the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning. Yeah, we don't need all those sweaty bodies walking around.
1.
That's your favorite.
Oh, 5. I don't really think of Main Street having a smell in the morning, so that's why I'm putting it a 5.
I'm going 4 because I'm wondering if there's something worse.
Now, if you said the music of Main Street in the morning,
that's totally different.
That
Totally
would be
different.
up there.
Oh, absolutely would.
Yeah.
Yep, but you can't do that. All right, number 2, the Cars Land neon glow at dusk.
Oh, that's a good one for you.
That's such a good one.
I'll put this in my
do I
3.
Go with 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go with 2.
Because you never know what's coming.
Yes.
He's going to give you a stinker.
That's
And you're going
the
to be
risk, right? All right, number 3, the sound of the train whistle echoing throughout the park.
I'm probably gonna put that as a 3 for me.
I'll put that as a 2 because I'm worried that there's going to be some stinker coming.
There might be. The sounding of the Mark Twain's horn. is my number 4.
Dang it, I have 1 and 5 left. What did I do to myself?
See, this is the danger because if you put it as a 5, thinking there's going to be something good coming, and then he tells you something ridiculous,
I know.
you're going to be like, how did I do that? I'm going to say... Oh, God.
You have 1 and 4. You're not that much better than I am.
I'm taking a chance and put it at 4.
Ooh.
This is a trap, though. James has entrapped us.
It might be.
Okay, so Mark Twain.
Yeah. You're going to be like, the smell of the tiki room bathroom.
The bottom of Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, that would be so rude.
I feel like, you know what should
I'm
be on
already
this?
looking at this list. I'm like, yeah, I would have totally done this different. I don't
Yeah.
even know what all 5 things are yet.
I know
Okay.
it.
So
All
where
right.
are you putting Mark
I
Twain?
don't know.
1 or 5?
I don't know. Ooh. I'll go 5.
You know what should
God, I
be
feel
on...
so bad putting the Mark Twain at 5.
You know what should be on this list if it's not?
What?
Pirate smell.
Oh, I thought about that
yeah,
one.
okay, what's the next one?
The last one is the view of the castle from the end of Main Street.
Oh, thank God.
Imagine that one being 5 on your list.
Now, if I knew this, I would put, it actually might end up being about what I did. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with my list. What would you do differently?
I would. If it wasn't for the word smell, Main Street would be 5. For the smell of Main Street in the morning would be 5. If it were just Main Street in the morning, like that, for as soon as you enter the park, that, like, I don't know, the vibe. And really, I think it's from all of the, like, cast members saying hello as you're walking down the street to the, like, upbeat, fun music. Main Street is just, like, palpable in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like to describe Main Street in the morning as, like, it's the entire day is open to you. Like, everybody has, like, these grand, like, expectations that they're going to get on everything. They're going to have all the best food. There's literally not going to be lines all day.
Yeah.
Like there
The world
there are
is your
endless
oyster.
possibility.
The kids are awake and ready to walk
Yeah.
and go.
And then as
Plus,
opposed
everyone's excitement about number 1, seeing the castle
Yeah.
at the end of Main
but
Street.
then you get the other side of that, which is like, I don't know, mid to late afternoon or after fireworks or whatever, when everybody's tired
It's chaos.
and people are upset and angry and there's kids crying because they're up too late, they're overstimulated. Yeah. Yeah.
So because specifically it was the smell,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's what bumped it down. And then I don't know. And then I think Train and Mark Twain are kind of a toss up for me between
That's true.
the two.
Yeah.
They're both very, like, classic. So I don't know which one is, probably Train edges up slightly. So that makes sense to keep it at 3. And then
You'd leave Cars Land at 2.
I think I'd leave Cars Land at 2 and Castle at 1 because there's kind of nothing that beats, again, like we were just saying with, like, your morning on Main Street,
Yeah.
like seeing the castle, you just, like, it just makes you happy. And every time, there's something about every time when we're in the park, it could be our 5th day in the parks, and, like, going past the castle, I always have to, like, I always catch myself having to, like, take a moment to, like, just, like, appreciate the
Take
castle.
it in, yeah.
Even though it's been umpteen hours and we've gone past it however many times at that point, every time I have to just kind of, like, take a moment.
Every time we go through the hub, I find myself kind of glancing over to the castle and just kind of acknowledging
Yeah,
it somehow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where I have to close. I think I'm at time, and I'm going to get yelled at if I'm out of Trivia Land for much longer. So, but this was fantastic. It was great to hear so many wonderful opinions and thoughts and trying to defend yourselves and being so happy that you put your list correctly.
In my mind, I just sung that, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. It's like getting James back to Trivia Land.
Gotta get me back there. So you see, I can be kind of nice in games with James. I'm not just always making you tear things down or be silly. Just a little bit.
Well, thanks, James.
Well, if you enjoy listening to the show, please consider rating and reviewing the show on your podcast app. It helps other Disney fans become weekly tiers and part of the community.
It's okay. I'll be the only weekly tier without an answer. Make sure you send your questions to Producer James or Producer Vern at trivia@DLWeekly.net.
Welcome back to Trivia Land, where we are going to find out the answers to tonight's questions and see how Tag, Teresa, and you, the listener, did. Tag and Teresa, How do you feel tonight?
You know, I'm feeling like 50-50. Like every question, I feel like half confident.
There's a glimmer of hope in each question.
Yeah, there's just a
Sure.
half confident.
All right. I'm feeling ish. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, that's looking at the actual results. You did about half good.
Oh,
so
okay. Well,
we will. Let's find out together,
we
shall
didn't
we?
get 0, so that's good.
So, your first listener submitted question from listener Monica L. What is the giant-sized item in honor of the 70th celebration featured next to Mr. Potato Head? Both of you agreeing that it was a sheet of stickers, and the correct answer that we are looking for is a sheet of stickers.
Good job, Teresa.
If you look on either side of Potato Head, they've got like 70 and stars and all sorts of stuff about 70, and it's pretty cool. I had to really zoom out of the picture and like find pictures from other angles to be like, oh wow, yeah, that is a sheet. It's huge because he's Potato Head and he's small. And yep. Your second listener submitted question from listener Ace. Disney cast members wear their name badges on the left side of their chest. There are 3 types of cast members, one formerly Disneyland and still in Disney World, who wear it on the right. Who are they? You said that it was the Tower of Terror because they have their logo of the Tower of Terror on the left of their chest, and bus drivers, so that when you board the bus you can see their name, and then you didn't know who the third one was. The correct answer that I was looking for was Tower of Terror, because the Tower of Terror logo is on the left side of the chest. Bus drivers, because you need to be able to see their name when you're boarding the bus. And security guards have a badge on
Yeah,
the
that
left
makes
side of
sense.
their chest.
Look at that. That's pretty good.
Well done.
I don't think I've ever paid attention to what side badges were on, but that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Your third listener submitted question from listener Rob S. What is Tony Baxter's birthday, and where in the park can you see it? You said July something, and Rainbow Ridge somewhere.
Oh,
You make it sound so much sillier when you say it that way, Vern.
The correct answer that I was looking for is February 1st.
Oh, wrong. Very wrong.
And it's the license plate or the identification plate on one of the cars in Indiana Jones.
Oh.
If you look
Good.
closely, you can see TB0201-10.
Interesting. Okay. Wrong.
Wow, that hurt.
Your fourth regular round question from listener Donna S. What years did the attraction Adventure Through Inner Space operate at Disneyland? You said 1967 to 1986. The correct years that I'm looking for is 1967 to 1985.
Dang it.
Oh,
So close.
Partial credit for that one.
that was pretty good, though.
You knew the start. You gave it one more year.
Also, I just want to say I pulled up Tony Baxter's Wikipedia. I did not realize that he is 78. He
That's-
looks really good
yeah,
for
he
his
does.
age.
Yes,
He is,
yes,
yep.
he does.
And your bonus question with a bonus in the question from listener Todd B. How often does the floral Mickey at the entrance get replanted? And bonus, if you know approximately how many flowers are involved with Mickey and the side flourishes. Tag said it's done 14 times a year with 14,000 flowers. And Teresa said once a month for a total of 12 times a year and 1,500 flowers. The correct answer that I was looking for, Mickey is usually replanted roughly 9 times a
Oh,
year.
We were refreshing him more.
with approximately 9,000 flowers.
9 and 9. Look, you were on the
involved in
right
each
thought
planting.
process with the 1414.
Yeah, but I went at 5 too high.
9 times a year, 9,000 flowers. Wow.
Approximate on each of
Approximate,
those,
yes.
of course.
Yes.
You know, sometimes.
You mean to
things
tell me
happen.
that listener Todd B did not go count all of the different flowers
You know, I mean,
and camp out and watch overnight
you know,
for them
a more committed trivia aficionado
Oh my goodness.
would have dove in there.
You know what's
Burn.
crazy though? Somewhere there's either like a grid or a layout or a design or
That's
something
true.
that has
Oh, somebody's in-
9,000 little things, so they know that it's 9,000.
Yeah, somebody's in charge of inventory and knows exactly how many are actually in there.
As opposed to me, who'd like in my yard would be like, I don't know. It seems like, I don't know. Maybe we'll buy 20 of these. And then you get there and you're like, well, that wasn't enough.
Well,
Yeah.
no, in this case, you would have had
Well,
far too
yes,
many.
yes. But I'm just saying, like, Anyway.
Yep. Well, listeners, how did you do listening at home? How do you think Tag and Teresa did? Do you have that awesome question that's just burning a hole in your brain and you can't wait to hear it asked on the air? Well, if you do, please feel free to send that in to us at dlweekly.net/trivia.
Yeah, more questions like the badge one, because that was super interesting. Like, I never even thought about that, but
Yeah.
apparently you have. Well, we will be back next week with more Disneyland news and information.
Until then, go out and enjoy the parks.
A special thank you to Sidel for editing the podcast, Andy Mack for all the wonderful character transitions, and to James D. for supporting at the Club 33 level.
All weekly tiers, prepare to be stepping out to your right.
That here she goes.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.